I'm in the lab today, chat, but I got some outside vlog videos coming. The weather is a little bit, choppy today. I think we got a, 45% chance of rain today. So it is Sunday, fun day. I was looking to get active and activated and give you guys some vlog content slash crypto content, but the weather did not permit today, so we're in the lab. Let's talk about cryptocurrency. I think the elephant in the room is how Bitcoin and the total cryptocurrency market and even the total three will close. We're going to be talking about pros, cons, catalysts, bear catalysts, and everything to look out for as we go into the next week in the beginning of November. So if you like these type of videos, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, engage with the video. Let me know how the economy is doing wherever you're at, how the sentiment on crypto is wherever you're at. Are things challenging? Do you find it easy to make money? Are you looking at the opportunity of crypto? Be sure to engage with the video and comment. You guys been going crazy lately, and I do appreciate y'all. I see y'all really like those vlog videos, so I got a whole lot more coming. I'm gonna be trying to do cool things and talk about crypto, and then if the market can kind of spice up, maybe we can talk about getting back on track with this project. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. You can see that the total cryptocurrency market is still under our indicator, under that orange line in the ultimate RSI indicator here. And as I stated, anytime that any chart that you're looking at, specifically the weekly chart, is under this orange line on our momentum indicator, that means crypto is at risk. What we're looking for is the total cryptocurrency on the weekly to close above this orange line, which is the 21-day EMA, which kind of confirms that we are still in the bullish nature. But right now we're below the line and we're kind of struggling. The mixed sentiment that you're seeing about crypto is the fact that even though our momentum indicator there is struggling, you can see that the total cryptocurrency market cap is resetting as far as the stock RSI, which coincides with a lot of our altcoins that we see here that are severely oversold. So yes, there's weakness in the market. There's lack of strength. Liquidity itself is drying up. You can start to see the TVL on DeFi Llama for the entire cryptocurrency market. Total value locked in DeFi looks like it's starting to peak out. So again, these are concerns, guys. And when you mix that into the aspect that Bitcoin and ETH went from 15K to 120, from 800 to 4,800, you got to look at that cycle and ask yourself, what part of the cycle are we in? And let me know in the comments what part of the cycle that you think we are in. I'm also looking at Bitcoin, right? Because big dog Bitcoin, another cryptocurrency. I don't know why let's reload this here, but another cryptocurrency that I really like to check the indicator on, of course. As I'm making a video, this wants to screw up. You can see Bitcoin stock RSI here resetting. We don't have a buy signal, but we're looking for Bitcoin to get back above that 21-day EMA. But you can also see the weakness here with Bitcoin. If we just swing to the ultimate RSI, it's in a downtrend. It just put in a lower high and it's going down. So this is not good. This is not good, because if Bitcoin continues this momentum going into Monday, November can start off pretty frothy. It really can, right? And when you think about everything that's going on with the government, the end of SNAP benefits, how this government funding can affect even businesses that rely on things like low income, the low income class. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but businesses thrive and they live off the low income crowd. And if the benefit, the SNAP benefits, right, that's a whole bunch of liquidity being snatched out of the consumer market, right? And if people don't got money, free money to buy food, I know some people have mixed signals about that, but if people don't have free money to buy food, then that money they would be putting into maybe their investments or things of that sort. Maybe they look the other way. So we got to be real about what we're seeing inside the market. Not only that, inflation is back rising. Of course, Powell would blame the tariffs. I know there's mixed everything is mixed. There's mixed feelings on the tariffs. There's mixed feelings on Fed cuts. There's mixed feelings on QE. Everything is giving off mixed signals. And this is why I truly believe that the market can go any way. Just looking at the chart, you got the ultimate RSI trending to the downside, kind of like a bearish divergence here. And if we just swing over here to the stock RSI for BTC, you can see here that it is now oversold and looking to get back on track with the momentum. So we just go back here to BTC. I do apologize that my computer is acting all wonky, but you can see here oversold on BTC for the stock RSI. So again, 50-50. This tells me that, hey, the market is oversold. Maybe we start to trend back to the upside. But the ultimate RSI tells me we have no momentum, no volume, no liquidity things. And, you know, you go back here to the TVL and you see that liquidity kind of peaking out there. You got to ask yourself, okay, so where's the liquidity coming from, right? We also got uncertainty in the market when you think about the Fed's decision on December. Now looking like there's a 37% chance that they actually pause. I know some people are for that, but some people are against that, right? But then we go back and see there was an overnight repurchase. Treasury securities purchased by the Federal Reserve, temporary open market operations. This happened in the middle of the night. The Federal Reserve just injected $29.4 billion into the U.S. banking system via overnight repos. What the fuck is going on? If anybody talk about they know what's about to happen, I just turn their video off, because how can you even? The only thing that I can say personally, my opinion, right? This is my opinion. The only thing I can personally say is be prepared for opportunity, because if there is massive uncertainty, more times than not, there is volatility. If there's uncertainty, there's volatility, and of course, the government is closed. Now, here is some bearish arguments and bullish arguments. A great post here by Ignis DeFi. We'll give him a follow because I really did like this post. It says it's extremely difficult to predict where crypto goes next. Agree 110%. The bearish argument, sentiment of AI bubble, bullish news fails to pump crypto. We're getting so much ETF news. It's amazing. It doesn't pump crypto. Uncertainty about dead entities after 10-10 crash. 4-year cycle timing. That's another thing when we look at the historic cycles, old OGs, wallet selling. I haven't looked too much into that. We have to see. Negative ETF flows, Buffett offloading billions of stock. Buffett is really in cash right now, and historically, whenever you see him going in cash, that is also a sign of weakness to come. But there is opportunity, because if he's going in cash, he's preparing for a moment of opportunity, which leads me to the bullish catalyst. Liquidity easing and interest cuts. We talked about the Fed just printing money overnight. No clear euphoria in crypto, right? There is no sentiment. There is no hype. There is nothing. And we are in fear, which historically, that's a great time to buy risk assets, right? When everything is fearful. U.S. crypto markets bill passing, right? We're getting a lot of ETF hype, specifically from Solana, Tau. Historically great Q4s. November is historically one of the greatest months for Bitcoin and crypto. Stablecoin supply still at all-time highs. Yes, it is. But you can see here, it's regressing here on the 7-day. So yeah, we've been having a lot of ETF outflows as of late, which was correct. And the stablecoin market cap is at all-time highs, but it's trending to the downside on the 7-day. So you can see that things are really drying up. You can't deny that. And then possible deals between the U.S. and China. So chat, you let me know how y'all feel about the bearish arguments and bullish arguments. Where are you leaning towards? More bearish, more bullish? Would love to hear you guys' opinion. You can see the total 3 also going for a stock RSI reset, and the others also going for a stock RSI reset. But if I flip this to like the ultimate RSI, you can see both of them. I'm not going to say both of them, but I know for sure the others looks like it wants to go under, and total 3 also looks like it's about to tap that momentum gauge as well. If we go here to the others now, guys, this is all on the weekly chart, so remember this does take time to play out, but this indicator has not failed us. You can see that the all others chart, the low caps and micro caps are getting absolutely wrecked. The hope here is that these 3 wick candles are signifying the local bottom, and we can, at some point get back above these moving averages, which is the 21-day and 50-day. But until then, when you look at this indicator, this is bearish for low caps and micro caps. And if we are lacking liquidity and interest, that's even more bearish for micro caps and low caps, because if Bitcoin goes into a correction going into next week, altcoins are going to fall 15-20% more next week. Of course, this is not what everybody wants to hear, but this is the truth, right? And like I said, everything is also leaning towards oversold. So you may look at this like, oh my God, Millie, we're about to drop again. But most people who understand Q4 are looking at this as an opportunity, licking their chops right now. Like, okay, if the market crashes, when you look at the fundamentals, right, and things that are happening from a infrastructure standpoint, like Argentina gets its first peso-backed stablecoin. All these countries are putting stablecoins, right? The growth of artificial intelligence. NVIDIA is now richer than most countries on earth. NVIDIA's market cap is now larger than every nation's GDP except the US and China. I would specifically be focusing on the strength in the markets. Artificial intelligence is, in my opinion, the greatest bet right now in digital. Whether you're looking at stocks, whether you're looking at crypto, risk assets, I'm betting on artificial intelligence. When you see shit like this, NVIDIA market cap larger than almost every nation's GDP, and then think about the scarcity with chips, compute power, and everything that's happening with AI, the growth of AI. We're moving into an area of AGI, physical robotics, right? It's hard not to bet on AI, right? So we have a lot of catalysts, but the market just doesn't seem to be reacting to it, right? Think about this. QE, money printer, trade deals, altcoin ETF hype, the post-halving cycle timing, typically the strongest 6 to 12 months after, guys. Post-halving cycle is like always the most bullish time for cryptocurrency. So when these headwinds and tailwinds, whatever you want to call it, end, we have a clean runway, right? And a reset, because you got to think about the Fed is about to change their policy from QT to QE. So that's a reset. Usually when things reset, they gotta crash first, right? Reset. So in my mind, the only thing that matters, the whole gist of this video, is preparing for the opportunity at hand. Now, in one perspective, if you already are here, you got skin in the game. So sometimes you don't got to do anything. You don't got to press yourself. You don't got to do anything. But if you're not skin in the game, you got to make a decision. You got to ask yourself, this could be the last part of the cycle. Maybe I sit this one out and wait for the bear market. Or I buy into strength, anticipating a lucrative parabola from the strongest narratives in crypto, specifically artificial intelligence, the prediction market, and RWAs. Those are the 3. Maybe you get some high-risk community coins. But no, you're taking a bet or risk because we're well into this cycle. Liquidity and inflection from rate cuts in QT. We need that. ETF capital inflows. And the fact that the sentiment is in fear and Bitcoin is still holding 100K. So that is another form of hopium. Like, okay, we're going through all this bullshit, but like Bitcoin ETH is still strong. Tau has been a wrecking force to the upside. It went over $500 over the weekend. All right, so yes, I am concerned. I understand we are in an environment of fearful. I'm also an opportunist, so I know how to scale back on materialistic things, scale back on the money I'm putting out there to prepare my bag for any opportunity that may present itself. So it's about understanding that this market is in an environment where it 50-50. We can start the parabolic lucrative stage of crypto, or we can start the beginning of the bear market. I'm leaning towards bullish because we're in Q4, and historically Q4s have been bullish. There's been a few bearish. I've been a part of a bearish Q4, so I know there has been a bearish Q4, but then January was fucking bullish, right? So at the end of the day, some people are excited about this uncertainty. Some people are scared. But guys, you know, Trump just got into he about to make some things happen. He don't want to look like that guy. Jay Powell is about to be on his last leg of his term. Maybe he goes out with a bang. And just think about these things. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to point out everything. We'll have to see how BTC closes and how it opens on Monday, how the total cryptocurrency market cap chart closes, how it opens on Monday. I'll do a vlog video and give more thoughts when I can think of them. But hopefully this is kind of like a overview of what I expect going into the beginning of November. Anyway, it's your boy Crypto Millie. I'll see you in the next one.